Hey everybody, what's happening? Tom Zlakvey here, back again for another blade review for Kult of Athena. We've been doing a lot of Albions lately, and I've actually got another one for you. This is the Roman Spatha that Albion has. Actually, I need this because this thing is razor sharp. See this beautiful hand-carved handle here. Got Albion's logo stamped into the blade, of course. And a very broad tip. The tip, it's kind of hard to see, but just like the Gladius and also with the Spatha here, the tips that Albion puts on these are actually reinforced. So if you were to puncture armor or do any kind of thrusting testing, within reasoning, they are reinforced for that reason, for the durability of them. One of my favorite features on this is the handle. This is probably, I would say this is definitely my favorite Albion handle. It's so well fitting in the hand. It's really incredible. I mean, it literally fits the hand perfectly. Some other blades, like lower cost blades, I don't want to say any names or anything, but when they have like the knuckle grooves, where it actually like forms to your hand, or at least it's supposed to, some of them don't match up with a regular hand. I don't know whose hand it really matches up with, but this one it's literally perfect. I mean, when you hold it, if you look at it from the side, it fits literally perfectly in the hand. There's no gap in between the pommel here, but it doesn't matter. It's so secure on the thrusting, which would have been pretty primary for this type of blade. And then obviously, because you have range on it, you also have the slashing. The thrusting, it's perfect. The slashing, because you have a lot more range with the Spatha than you do with the Gladius, it's literally perfect. I mean, that's the best way for me to describe it. You'll see it's all carved out very, very nicely. We have the pommel right here. There's the brass piece that's peened. Alright, so the blade length on this Albion Spatha is 27 3/8 inches. It's a pretty full-size blade here. 27 3/8 inches. The overall length on this is 34.5 inches, all the way from the very tip right here to the end of the pommel. The blade length, just the double-edged blade we have here, is 27 3/8 inches. Razor sharp, as Albion always has on their blades. So I want to get a close-up of the handle. I was pretty excited about it in the introduction to this, and it's with good reasoning. They do such a good job on the handle here. You'll see it's like this 8 cross section. Allows your hand to literally just like melt into it. So it gives this amazing grip. And the guard and pommel are all hand done. This is all hand carved out. And they modeled this off of the actual specimens that they found of the Spatha. So it's historically accurate, which is pretty freaking awesome to have that. Of course, if you're not familiar with Albion blades, the steel quality is 6150 high carbon steel. Also the same blade steel they use for arms and armor. I'm actually gonna wipe this off so then you can really see it. So the hilt is all wood construction, and then right here we have a brass plate inlaid into the top of the guard. Oh, that's a good angle. You can really see how great that looks. Also, if you didn't see it before, there's Albion's logo stamped into the blade. We have this diamond cross section, giving the blade a rigid edge to it. Really, really well constructed. So this is a walnut wood hilt and a walnut wood handle, all hand carved out, like I said before. Is an 8-directional grip as it comes down here. So if we're looking at this with the cutting edge, that's what it looks like. If we're looking at it from the side view, there we go. Get a good idea here. And this is actually soaked in for 24 hours. It's soaked in linseed oil. I'm not really familiar with the oil, linseed oil, but I will say from holding it, it's not like a lacquer where, you know, like how some blades will have like a really, really glossy finish to like the handle or even to the accents on the guard and everything. It's not like that at all. It's got a really organic feel to it. Duh, it's walnut, right? But what I mean by that is it has a natural feel to it. So if you were cutting with it, it's not stuck in your hand like it's glued to it. It's got a little bit of room for natural movement of the hand, the skin on the inside of your hand, which is important because you want this to feel as natural as possible in the hand as it can, right? So the weight on this is 1 pound, 12.9 ounces. And then we have a point of balance. Let's check the point of balance right now, actually. On the website, it says about 6 1/4 inches from the guard. I have to be very careful. This is really sharp. There you go. Check out the point of balance right there. And one of the great things about Albion, especially at Kult of Athena, that is we offer a 25% down payment prior to, you know, making the full purchase for the blade, because honestly, dude, Albions are expensive, and with good reasoning. They're some of the best on the market. But if you don't want to, you know, make this payment right up front, you got about 6 to 8 months it takes to usually make an Albion blade. It's very, very uncommon that these are in stock, because Albion doesn't hold a lot of stock because they're constantly just, you know, updating orders and things that have been back ordered that they're working on everything. 9 times out of 10, honestly, in the time that I've been at Kult of Athena, you gotta wait a little while for these, and it's not like you're waiting for something that was like $200. You're waiting for something that's an investment into your collection. So with good reasoning, you're waiting for quality. That's really what you're waiting for. So you can do a 25% down payment right away to like kind of reserve your spot for your Albion. And if you have any questions about any of the down payments or any payment plan for a more of an investment type of blade, like a collector's blade, you can email Kult of Athena at info@cultofathena.com for any of your questions regarding your orders on Albions. Sometimes when you get your Albion, that's why I have this little towel here to rub this down. When you get them, they come in like a styrofoam. We pack them very well because we want to make sure that your order is well taken care of course. But there's foam around the edges to make sure everything's protected and there's nothing wobbling when when it's coming to you, when it's being shipped to you. So sometimes there'll be like what looks like handprints on these. I don't know if you can really see it because I wiped it down already. Maybe on this side. Not really. Yeah, right there. See right there? It looks like somebody's been holding it, but it's actually the foam on the inside of the box. So that's why I'm constantly wiping this down. I really try when I'm packing things, no matter the price really, when I'm packing things, especially with something like this that's an investment into someone's collection of blades, I really try as much as I can to not actually touch the blade. We either wipe them down, you know, as soon as they come in and make sure that they're all up to, you know, a certain standard that we approve of at Kult of Athena. And I also usually wear gloves, not only for protection of my fingers, because I want to go into work and leave work with the same amount of fingers that I came out with, but also, you know, it is just an appreciation for your guys, you know, for you guys purchasing things from us. and also the investment that you're making into a blade like this as well. So we'll see the blade again, kind of a pan of it. I'm going to try and get a close-up of the tip. There we go. Sometimes the lighting kind of messes with me, but you'll get a good idea of how the tip is here. So the blade width is 42.5 millimeters. And the grip length itself, just the grip, is 3.5 inches in length. You'll notice that it kind of looks like there's a gap right here in the handle. And it's basically seamless. I mean, if you really take a look at it, it's pretty crazy like how well they put these together. I'm fortunate enough to be able to review these. I don't get to cut with all of them, just kind of how it is. I'd rather have this go to someone's collection than rather than me have all the fun with all the other Albions and the other blades that we carry here for Kult of Athena. But you know, just being able to handle them is a privilege. But like, you know, when you're on horseback, it was better for the reach and the range that you needed to cut on horseback. Because if you have something that's like 17 inches in blade length, or like even shorter, like the 13-inch ones, you're not going to be able to reach anybody if you're trying to cut from horseback. This gave the range of it while keeping your hand protected. The Spatha actually gradually replaced the Gladius, probably because of the range of it, and also because of its cutting power. The blade is very broad, as you know, traditionally they were. So I could imagine, because unfortunately I won't be able to cut with this one. So you can only imagine the amount of slashing power, the amount of cutting power you would have with a blade like this, and also a very, very good direct thrust. You know, again with the handle, it allows you to keep the tip stabilized, but still use a lot of slashing power, a lot of big slashes on this as well. So what do I not like about it? You know, I say a lot of the times, 9 times out of 10, I'm the one who's picking the blades to review here, so it's not common I'm going to find something that I don't like on these. One thing I don't really like about it